Welcome back, South Philly Sauce, an Audacy original, brought to you by 94 WIP and Jack Daniels. Ashlyn now back here with you after the All-Star break, and we have a game to recap. It was a long break. We're refreshed, recharged, and right back at it against the Florida Panthers, which definitely seemed daunting. Second most points in the East, a team that was absolutely rolling before the All-Star break, 4 straight wins, where the Flyers won a 5-game losing streak. So it definitely didn't add up. It didn't seem like it was going to be a good night, especially after the first period when the Flyers basically got ran over. And then it is the quote of the year, in my opinion, from John Tortorella, where he said, "Are you shitting me? That's the way the Flyers are supposed to play second and third period. They win in South Florida. One of the bigger wins of the season now."
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And what it showed was the coach wanted them to go out of their team. Are you kidding me? This is the way we can play. That first period was awful. I mean, it was just a terrible period of hockey. And I'm thinking, we're both in the studio going, oh, my God, what's it going to be like the second half of the year? This is a train wreck. So then they come in and they kind of recalibrate everything. And everything turned around in the second period. Everything, they played the way they were supposed to play. But, Ashlyn, what I found most interesting was the fact that in a year, this team has gone from a team that had to just button everything down defensively and not take chances. And what John Tortorella said was safe is, death, basically. And previously they had to just play a safe game. In other words, get all the basics down. But now it's like, I don't care that they're the Florida Panthers. I don't care if it's the Edmonton Oilers. I don't care if it's the Rangers. I don't care if it's Vegas. We play our game. We bring the game to them. And that's what the Flyers did after that just awful first period. And they only were behind 1-0.
Yeah, and that's a credit to Sam Ersson, who was excellent. And it's Sam Ersson and the Flyers as well, because in pregame we were talking about this game, and I always am dramatic, but it definitely seems like this game was going to set the tone for the rest of the season, which sounds like, all right, Ashlyn, it's one game. But it's because the Flyers in that losing streak before the All-Star break, they looked lost. Their confidence was gone. And I feared if the Flyers got ran over in South Florida, that was it. You could kiss playoff hopes goodbye, because I feared this skid would keep going. So for them to stop it, for them to look like the Flyers of early January, and for Sam Ersson to get his confidence back, I don't think can be overstated.
I don't think you're a drama. I think it was an important game. I think there was some drama to it. I absolutely. I mean, you just throw the season away. No, but I think, like you said, if that had continued the entire game, everybody we're done. As fans, it's like we're done. It's over. This is look at this 5-game losing streak. You take a break, you come back, and this happens. So yeah, it was critical. Even if you didn't pull out the 2 points, get a 1 point, you basically showed, we can still hang in there. We still have a team that can compete, because if this had started the way it started, it looked like it's going to be like 7-1. And you're right. At that point, it's like, oh, God, everything. This is doomsday here. This is a terrible situation. But, boy, the goaltender backboned him in that first period. And that turned into just a terrific turning point, because he played terrific.
He did, and now he is the starting goaltender going forward, and it's a lot to put on him, but this is how he's going to have to play night in, night out for the Flyers to have that chance to make it into the playoffs. They're going to win a lot of games like that, those 2-1 games. The offense you still would have liked to seen a little more, because we've seen some 5-6 goal games, and you'd like to see more of that, but it's the guys like Travis Konechny who got you on the board. Noah Cates, I wasn't expecting that. That wasn't on my bingo card. But Owen Tippett, he had a lot of offensive progress and movement, just couldn't get on the board. But it's a lot to put on Sam Ersson. We know Carter Hart has been charged, and we're not sure what's going to happen with that. But Sam Ersson is the guy going forward. The Flyers have to assume he's going to be the guy the rest of the season.
Yeah, and goaltending is so – it's like – it seems like at times it's 90% mental. And you look at him, and you know, we do enough interviews with him, and no matter what happens, he doesn't even look like a goalie. Looks like a young Dave Grohl, a concert drumming. No noise in the world. Come in and like, oh well, yeah, we were worried a little bit, but then everything down, and he made big saves. And I really like his mental approach to. And he couldn't say anything previously, because you want to be the good teammate.
Yeah.
But boy, I think he wanted this opportunity. to take the opportunity and say, like, put it on my shoulders. And he did it in this first game back. And the mental approach is so important for a goaltender. I actually think it helped him that everything was so chaotic in the first period, and he stood his ground, and they came back. In the long run, I think it really does. It does say better things for the Flyers that he was able to get him through that.
100%. And it's a huge opportunity for him because he's been a backup. If he can get through this season successful, if he can get the Flyers to the playoffs, he has cemented himself as a starting goaltender in this league for a very long time. So it's pressure, but to a guy like that, it seems like he handles this incredibly well. And they're going to need him this homestand as well. Up next, you have a 3-game homestand: Winnipeg, Seattle, Arizona. The Jets on a 4-game losing streak, but the Flyers, they've already beaten them once already this year, but they're a really talented team. So NHL is doing them no favors, doing Panthers and Jets right back to back from the All-Star break.
No, they aren't. And, that's going to be another big one to come back home, come back home after that performance that they had previously at home in their homestand. And they really do want to set some kind of standard at home to get some home ice advantage. And this would go a long way to that, because Winnipeg, kind of gets, I would say, lost in the sauce just because of where it is. Nobody pays attention. It's like they've been a very, 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 very good and outstanding goaltender, and they need it going again to kind of say they're standing in the league right now. But they're one of the better teams in the league. They play defensively pro. They score goals. So this is going to be a lot on the Flyers' plate to follow that up. And if Ersson keeps it up, I mean, you mentioned. He'd be an award winner to me if he does what you said. They get into the playoffs after what's happened with their goaltending situation. I think he should be at the end of the year. So a lot of plaudits coming his way.
100%. It's an awesome opportunity for him. And right now, the Flyers, they're in that third playoff spot in the Metro. It's something we're going to be paying attention to every single week, because the Islanders, they are right on their heels. Thanks for tuning in to South Philly Sauce, an Audacy original, brought to you by 94 WIP and Jack Daniels. We have lots of games to recap early next week, so we'll see you soon.